In this video we are building this super rare and super sought after Tamiya Avante Black Special. In stock pretty much everywhere. So a couple of times in its production it has been quite rare and sought after. I think when it first was released in 2011, the Black Special, and then it was re-released again 2022 maybe, and there was a shortage of them, so everyone was after them. I managed to get hold of one and it's been, well, gathering dust for quite some time. And now it seems that they've caught up with supply and they're everywhere. And as with most Tamiyas I build, this one is going to be a little bit different. Let's try that again. This one is going to... Oh, God. This one is going to be a little bit different to the norm. Back in the day, I think nearly all Tamiyas came like this. Take a look at this, which was a pretty normal release back in the day. Look, all in blister packs. Scorcher still comes like that as well, but more often than not they just come like that, not very well presented. Anyway, as you can see, this one comes with lots of metal parts. It's got a carbon chassis, bearings, comes with a GT tune motor that we won't be fitting, an ESC that we won't be fitting, and some lightweight pink wheels with spiked tyres that we also won't be fitting. And as you'd have seen by the title and thumbnail, we're going for a street build and we're going premium. And the first thing we got to do before I start building it is get all these gold coloured parts, make them a nice shiny chrome. So there's a few different ways to take the anodizing off of like alloy products. I use an oven cleaner. You'll need a pair of gloves and a tub to put the oven cleaner in. Make sure you got all the parts separated and there's no rubber seals or O-rings or anything in there, which there isn't, so that's good. Pour a little bit of oven cleaner in, bosh your parts in, make sure they're all covered. You can use your hands to cover them, but it's easier if you use a paintbrush. Less mess, and as you can see already it's all starting to come off. Now if I wipe that with a brush, look, you can see it's all coming off really easy. Some stuff takes a bit longer, but this is going to be really quick. Seems like a really light coating on it. Once you clean most of it off, rinse them off with a bit of warm water, just gets rid of any of the residual oven cleaner. So they don't come up shiny clean straight away, they look a little bit grubby. You can do them by hand. I recommend get a multi-tool with a polishing wheel, spread it over first because otherwise it'll splatter everywhere. And this will give it a super shine. Nice and shiny. So now all our bits are shiny, we can start actually building this thing. And I'm hoping it's not going to be too crazy. It is one of the more complex Tamiya builds, I think, with all the suspension links and stuff like that. But I'm sure I will cope. Right, let's get everything organised, which is something I don't often do, and then we'll find the instructions. Take note of the tidy and somewhat organised workbench. That is going to end very soon. So as with all Tamiyas, the first step is the gearbox and the motor. I've not decided what motor I'm putting in yet, so we're just going to build the gearbox without the motor in it. And then, well, we'll just work our way through. This is what I love about Tamiya. They give you some indication of what you need, then other times you just got to kind of find it yourself.
I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize on my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was. But it's fun to fantasize. Oh, I'm boring, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm boring, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I die for you. that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I'd live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home and try talking to you, but then you ignore them still. All these questions, they're falling like, who would you live for? Who would you die for? And would you ever kill? Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I've been thinking too much. 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 Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me.
I absolutely love all this suspension. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute pain in the backside to get it set up properly, but you must admit, it looks so good. Just love all the engineering that's gone into it. Anyway, next job is the shocks. Now that wasn't too bad. I did make a few mistakes, but you really have to read the instructions like 2 or 3 times to make sure you're getting stuff orientated the right way and you've got the right bits. Anyway, suspension next. My nice shiny suspension. This used to be one of my least favourite jobs, doing shocks, but I kind of like it now. I find it quite relaxing. Well, quite relaxing apart from trying to get these clips on that sometimes fly off, but I always put my fingers just loosely around it just so it doesn't ping off, and you can get them on almost every time. There's not much difference between shocks. They all kind of, well, because they work the same way, they go together the same way. Doesn't tell you to put O-ring grease on, but it's always worth doing if you've got any. You don't want them drying out because then your shocks will start leaking. It's been a long day so far building this. I rarely time stuff, but I reckon I've had 5 hours on this already. It may even be 6 hours in, I don't know. All I know is it's been a long day. But I wanted to get it to the point of, well, I think you call it a slider, don't you, like that? Not a roller, because it's not got wheels. It's not got any electronics in just yet. Oh, we are nearly there. Nice. Let's try that again. There we go. So suspension on, electronics in, just waiting for some softer springs for the rear. There's a hop up for softer springs. You don't get it for the front, you only get it from the rear, but I've had to order them from France. So they should be here in the next couple of days. I'll show you with the wheels on and the body on and stuff in a minute, but when it sits as it stands at the moment, it just sits a little bit high at the back for me. I want it sitting as well, you'll see why, but I want it sitting a little bit lower. Now the electronics have gone hobby wing. You get a lot of hobby wing stuff with the new Tamiyas now, so it's within spec, I guess. It's a 5.5 ton V10 like the XE run, and it's a little bit hot for this, but I've gone for an XR10 Pro ESC, and that will only run 2S. So basically, I've made it idiot proof to stop me from going a little bit silly and trying a 3S and stuff in it. So I only run 2S. It is quite a hot motor. Got a 35 kilo brushless servo in there, over the top for this thing, but well, it's all I had, and I know it'll work. And I can't remember the date I started this video. I'm gonna put it just there when I started this video, and I'll put today's date just there. And it's because I've been waiting for wheels. I spent a lot of money getting these machined camlock wheels, so like the old original ones, but these are machined alloy. And because I was going for a street look, I obviously wanted some street style tyres for them. But these are 2-inch, so you can stretch 1.9s over, but 2.2s are too big. So I've spent a long time just focusing on getting the right wheel and tyre for it. And some of the tyres, like these ones that I got, I had to order these from America, so they took a while to get here. And although they fit, the profile on them, so the sidewall, they're just too small. So although they fit and they go on, it just doesn't look right. And before them, I'd ordered these Bald Eagles from Proline, but they're 2.2s. But although they look okay-ish like that, if you were to try and glue them or put them on properly, they just wouldn't sit right because, well, the bead's too big. Then I made an error when I looked at the picture and I got these. These are off like the comedy ones, so the Comedy Avante and I think the Comedy Grasshopper, or some of them, I can't remember exactly which ones they're off. But we're not making a Comedy Black special, so they're way too big. I might be able to use them for something else though, so that's fine. But cut a very long tyre story short, I can't use these wheels. Just can't find the right tyre to go with this. So I've gone for the Proline Bald Eagle, and then we're still going for that chrome look. So we've got some nice 2.2 wheels, and these are options for the Turbo Scorpion, or it might be just the Scorpion, but they are the same wheels. I can't remember what this was an option for. And I'm still not 100% sure I've made the right choice, but I'm at least 95% and it does look good, as you'll see in a minute. So yeah, I've had massive wheel and tyre issues, but I think we're there now. We'll put the wheels on in a minute. They come with a protective cover, goes underneath to protect that lovely carbon. I don't know whether you're meant to do it a colour or leave it clear, but I've done it a smoked colour. And now I'm going to put it together with the wheels, with the driver. I've just done a simple driver colour. I wanted to put a little bit of colour on him. You'll see why in a minute. But I'm going to get the body and the wheels on and I'll show you it. 99% finished. Just got to wait for them soft springs. Done. So I still wanted it to look like a buggy, but I wanted them street wheels and tyres on it. And I know it's not going to be to everyone's taste, but I think it looks really nice, especially with all the shiny chrome on there rather than that like yellowy gold colour. Hopefully when the springs arrive, it's just going to sit the back just sort of down about, just to about there. That's the look I want. A nice stance, still a little bit of rake. But oh, look at that angle. That is a good angle there. Oh, and as I said about the driver, I smoked the cockpit. So I'd done white and like a silver, so you could still see the driver in there. And I think actually it's turned out just right. Definitely think that angle is its best there. It looks really cool. It's been a little while since I've actually raffled off one of my very own builds. It's also been a while since I've interrupted a video to tell you about one. If you want a chance to win my very own special black special, as you see it there, with all the electronics, with these wheels. You'll also get the original wheels and tyres that it came with as well, and the motor's still there. And before you click off and say, oh, I'm not interested in your build, I've also got a brand new boxed one. So a brand new one in the box, along with one of these awesome bags from Jadlam. I've used this loads. These are so handy for carrying all your RC cars and bits and pieces around with you. I got you a brand new one of them. Link in the description. One person is going to win this awesome little bundle. I've not set anything up on this, you know, like tow, camber, all of that. But I need to take this weather when I can. So I'm going to get the steering going as straight as possible. And I didn't build this as a speed car, but I want to see how fast it is, don't we? Oh, it looks so nice. So nice. Right, not a fan of curbs everywhere, but looks like it's going straight-ish. Ugh, nervous. I'm going to do a slow pass, or well, if it looks like I can go faster, I will, but here we go. No, it's all over the place. What? Oh, man. Oh, that didn't sound good either. No way. Oh, what's up with it? Oh, God. It's as if the steering's catching. It's like, as soon as I accelerate, it's turning. Yeah, look. Oh. Something's slipping, isn't it? Was that even 20 mile an hour? 23. Right, back to the drawing board. It's a little bit damper than I wanted. I mean, it's dry-ish. I've swapped the servo saver out for just a solid like arm. These Tamiya servo savers. I think it was like a bit of torque steer on it. And the grinding issue was I didn't do the gear, like the top of the gear thing up right. Oh no, this is going to be difficult. No. Yeah, I didn't, there's 4 screws on top of the gear case and I only done up 2. So when I was accelerating, it was pushing the gears up and it stripped a little bit off the one of the like the spare gear thing. So I got a new one in there. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. And now, as you can see, it's nice. Sounds nice and smooth. Steering's nice and direct. I think I need to turn the dual rate down. Not really the best place for a speed run. That's all I got at the moment. That was 38 mile an hour though, and that wasn't full trigger. All right, dual rate turned down. Let's give it another go. I've also done a little bit of work with the geometry, camber, toe and stuff. Yeah, there's a bit of full throttle there. Oh, it's proper sketchy. I reckon that was over 40. 45. Wow. Full throttle. That is fast. Full throttle. That was a nice run. Right, that'll be its max. Close enough anyway. That 50, come on, let's go for 50. Oh, 52. 52 mile an hour. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Guys, this thing is nuts. And it definitely needs a wheelie bar. Oh man, this is so cool. So much power. And remember, that over 50 mile an hour, that was on 2S. A 2-cell LiPo, over 50 mile an hour. Absolute weapon. Ooh, too much power and too much grip. Don't panic. We're not here for a durability test. I just want to see how it copes with a few little like jumps, just tiny ones. I want to test out that soft suspension. Nice. Oh, it jumps so well. Ugh, no. I think we might be safe. It's just pulled that out of there, which maybe it's designed to do that. It's like a sort of, I don't know, idiot-proof bit. That should just pop in and we should be good. But I think we're gonna call it a day. If someone didn't send that down here, I'll be disappointed, although it looks like it has been. It's a little bit bent. The sun's coming out just as we finish. Anyway, this thing is awesome. Remember guys, if you want to win this and a brand new one and a nice Jadland bag to carry it all in, there's a link in the description.
I've been thinking too much.